Alrighty. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the city of Idiatawi. Giving it a little bit of thought, what I said at the end of last episode. And I'm still fairly undecided. I think what we do... Let's focus on getting these two finished first. Because if we go and do anything large, major construction-wise, it's going to throw off the housing, the unemployment is going to go up, and it's going to go down, and things are going to get all screwed up. It's not going to be very helpful. So let's just hang on for a bit, get things finished. I'm going to immediately turn that industry off because we don't need it. And I think maybe like stabilize the housing a little bit, maybe. Hopefully, maybe. Before we start that, I do think that's a good idea though. Dumping all of our savings into the city. Get across the river. I don't think immediately building the temple complex is the right way to go, but getting it started, as in like the blueprint for it, you know, getting the planning done. To be honest, we could start the planning right now. How far south there? If we kind of use that as the guide. Good inundation. That's nice. Did we miss the festival by chance? Sure did. I think a combination of more temples and more shrines is really gonna be necessary here soon. Which is another thing to consider. That might actually be a detriment to using these things. Because we've got so many people for not very many temples, which, you know, that's kind of the whole purpose of this in the first place. But for the temples specifically, you don't always want to do that. Reduce the number of temples per amount of population they can support because of this. So maybe... I don't know. I guess, in theory, the temple complex itself is going to solve that issue. Because we're not going to just do the complex. This complex. The whole thing is, you know, the temple complex with the temples along it, and the shrines and the nice housing and yada yada yada. Speaking of which, it occurs to me, how good are we going to be able to get the housing here? Do we plan for 5x5s? That's something we should probably consider. Let's see. We can do pottery, beer, linen. There might be an argument to be made for not distributing beer across the city. Actually. Last time we didn't do pottery until the very end, when I realized that I was an idiot and didn't consider luxury goods. We can do luxury goods. Can't we? We've got to be able to, because the stately manners. Do we make it ourselves? No. Who said what? Does it not say when... I thought when you could export it, but also... Okay, there it says it. I thought it said it here as well, that you can also open a trade route to import. Okay, never mind. I was concerned there for a second that we couldn't do it, but no, we can. So... Oh, please tell me it's not only Byblos. No, it's only Byblos. Cool. That's a water trade route. I really wanted to do the 2 here, but we might not be able to do that. Because we might have to have a dock here, because I'm not particularly interested in trying to transport luxury goods from clear across the city. That would slow everything down so much. We could do this. That does mean it's not being transported clear across the city, but I mean, it's still an alarming distance. And that doesn't work, and that doesn't work. There's no good spots except here and here. Do we just say, oh well, we'll just deal with one? I don't know. I guess it'll depend on exactly how much we need to transport from one side of the river to the other. And the only thing... No, not the only thing. I was gonna say the only thing we need to do is reeds and or papyrus, but no. Not necessarily. We've got pottery over here. Got linen. Food. So, I mean, I guess we could set all of that up again over here. Yeah, it's not great. 4 months till the clay. They're fully employed. And we're not using clay anywhere else at the moment. So that should be okay. How much? We need 400 more? 6 months? 4 months. That's maybe cutting it a little close. Can y'all hurry up a little bit there? But yeah, we could, I guess, set up all of the things over here again. We have the first northernmost housing district here-ish, with this being this. No, this. On that side of the road. So, housing starts, let's say, here and goes back. This can come in on the side here. Come out like that. That should be good. Then we've got plenty of space over here to build stuff. We can also, like, you know, like, pull it this way, pull it this way, pull it this way, pull it this way. Then connect it. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's 2 requests done. Yeah, well. Hopefully that'll bring it back up again. Okay. What do we need to do this? Dancers? Yeah, that's in the planning for the city, but it's not gonna happen yet. Running out of food over here for, again, reasons. I don't understand this.
Maybe I just carry back. These goods will make welcome additions to the bazaar.
Okay, they're getting food now, but why haven't they had food this whole time? I don't understand it. Okay, well, do we do this thing? Something I'm concerned with is getting a substantial request when we're in the middle of this and the whole employment issue is happening, because it's already not great. You know what? I'm gonna do it just like part way. We're gonna get across the river, but we're just gonna set up this housing district, and I think this location is a good location. So, how far this way do we want it? How far can the farms go? Okay. Do we try to measure this out real super nice and precisely about where exactly we want it to be? I don't know that that's necessarily necessary. Let's use this instead of that as the measure of how far along. Because what we want, really, do we need to go along that? There was that track again. And thinking about it, I may have missed one that played a little bit ago as well, so I might have muted that in the game audio. That's... I don't know, if that keeps playing, I might turn the music off in game and then... Where is that? Yeah, I could turn the music off and then... do it in post? I mean, technically, yes, I could do that, but I don't really have time for that kind of nonsense. No, not that pottery. Clay. Oh, could it do down here? Okay, so I'm not gonna be worried about that. I think what we might do is this, and have that hooked to that road. So instead of ending there, we take it across this way. And that way. right? There. Water lift. Could do the water lift way down here. I like that idea. I think that'll work. And then we have... no, that won't. 1, 2... Guess we could have the water lift there. Yes, 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 yes. Look at that, look at that, look at that. That. One more over here. Then water lift there. Irrigation comes off there, maybe crosses the road. No, it doesn't. Doesn't need to. Irrigation goes that away, and that away, and then connects there. So that's 4 farms there. This is probably, honestly, way more work for 4 farms, which is going to be at 40%. So, like, 1 3/4 or something farms worth. In all honesty, that's okay. That's fine, and we'll have this. Let's see. I'm gonna expect to want to get into here from here. We'll figure that out exactly once we actually get the farms down. We'll do this instead of this, so that it doesn't hook to that road. So that we can have the roadblock wherever we need it. Something like this. No. Something like this. That way this can go like that and roadblock there. And it's all one continuous. And we can probably roadblock it here if we need to. Probably would want to somewhere along this, because we're not going to need all of this. This is just to get into the floodplain. There's another spot there. I think something like that. And then we go around to the side, which... it doesn't need to be this center point. It can be any one of these. Oh, this doesn't have a center point, does it? No, this one has center. Because this one's bigger. Right. So it can be along any one of these. So... let's do something like this. We can connect to the back end. At least in theory. Okay, yeah, that connects to that. So actually, I'm just gonna... and we'll work it out as we need. So, house, road. This has not explained how we're doing it this direction. I feel like we should push it back further. No, because we want it to be... that'll be that side, and the center will be there. This is what's gonna connect down to here, to the ferry. So how far away do we want it to be? We want to have a good bit of room. This needs to be able to reach. This needs to be able to reach. That should be fine, that should be fine. This one also should be fine. We can push it back further than this. Let's... that's 4 along there. To there. Let's say we do 5. And then 3 more. For spacing. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3. So pull that one back further? No, I'm gonna pull it back in a little bit. This is a little bit too... Is it? It's uncomfortably long, I think. It probably would work, but I think it's just a little too uncomfortable from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a gap of 3. Then the house is there. So yeah, right there. And this will hook in. House, house, house. Yes. Now what's the distance on this? I don't remember. It's... nope, this is the wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me count that again. 2, 3, 4. So... 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. Whoops. Double check one more time so I don't have to rebuild this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Roadblock. Houses. Too few jobs. Wait, what? Whoops. Wrong one. Oh, it's unemployment, not we need people. I'm used to it being we need people, not unemployment. This we can fix. Don't really need to do the limestone, but whatever. Yeah, I didn't realize it was the other way around. Well, that just fixed it, so. Anyway. For crying out loud. We are doing one for him next, right? Oops. I'm gonna put this along over here. Where do we have firehouses? Here, right next to the... Not going to put the mortuary yet. I'm definitely going to do the apothecary, and I guess we'll do the dentist. That's... Okay, there we go. And again. And immediately go into debt. There we go. That's much better. Just a little to get out of debt. There's we still got a fair bit of savings. It's not the end of the world. Yet. Not the end yet. There's room to kind of go back like this and connect it. And we will need to go into this in order to get stuff out. Which, come to think of it, I'm gonna need to do that with this as well. Shoot. Yeah, these connection corner pieces like this it's a neat like idea theoretically, I guess, but actually it's not a good idea. It doesn't work. We need to connect these properly to the rest of the city. So I think in future we're gonna plan only to use these gaps. Just for... so I don't forget, I'm gonna do that. I might actually do it this way instead. I think that'll be better. It won't connect to anything we put here. This is not gonna remain or anything, but might even pull it over one further. But that's for later. Gonna once I actually put stuff in there, we'll make it nice. No, I'm gonna do this now, because I just realized I'm probably gonna forget that I thought of that, and then get annoyed when there's not enough room for beautification here. Granaries! Do we wanna slap in some more granaries? We probably should. The fact that this city is just not self-sustaining properly is not good. Just gonna accept all of it. We'll figure it out later. Yeah, we don't have enough temples. Aha. Right. Stop holding on to so much of that. That's part of the problem. I shouldn't be doing so much storage yards, because storage yards are so much harder to move in future. Shoot. I mean, I guess I could start putting them over here. I did plan for 8 of them there. Wait a minute. Okay, no, that's correct. Thought I might have. Yeah, no, that's what I wanted. I don't know. Correct is quite the correct thing to say in this particular instance. I don't know if this can be called correctly, but it's what I intended. This distance. It looked for a second like I had missed. 3,000. Nice. Potentially nice. Maybe nice. I hope it's nice. Might be. What else in the heck are we supposed to do? Maybe it's because we don't have this yet. Which is gonna be the next thing to plan for. I'm gonna pull a little road off of there. The idea being, this will remind me that, hey, We're gonna put stuff there. I think I would like to attempt to plan for 5x5 houses. Is that actually gonna happen? Probably not. I planned for that for like, what, 3 cities now? 4? I don't remember. Multiple different cities I have planned for that, and it never actually happens. This is... okay, I can use the same distancing. That's good. Does this fit right in here? No, it doesn't. Not quite. It's just a smidgen too big. Neat. Tiny bit annoying. I guess it doesn't matter, really, because this is a completely different sort of structure that we put in a completely different sort of space. Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you, Menefer. Should really trade with them at some point. They buy bricks. Ooh. And this is a land trade route. Yeah. Yep. The answer is yes. Good. No. No. Absolutely not. You know, as a matter of fact, don't hold on to any of them. If some of them get put on the pyramid, that's fine. I don't care. Oh, it can't be, can it? Because it's got a... we haven't connected the road yet. Don't want to anyway. They're not finished with the foundation. But yeah, I don't. We're just sell them. It's sheesh. Glad I checked that, because I was gonna just hit export and be done with it, but we would never ever reach that number of bricks. What was it they sold? Pottery and papyrus. So not useful. They do buy lettuce, it's worth mentioning. Well, maybe worth mentioning. I don't know. It's not... no, get all the way. Come on. Yeah, that's not really the most expensive thing ever, but it's an option if we really need to. We're going to have to move the water lift, aren't we? This is real frustrating. No. This one. No. Hang on a second. No, not the irrigation district. That one. Hook the road to this. How do we get the irrigation out? That's why I was going to do this one, but now then can't get the road. Goodness sake. Well, thank you very much. Lavish festival. Yes, good. Ooh. We will use that immediately to pay for the next festival. Maybe we set up some shrines. They're so expensive, but... you know what's more expensive? Dealing with whatever they throw at us because they're upset. That's probably not going to make a huge difference, I realize, but it's, you know, gotta do something. We'll just do that for now. Food. That's what we need to do. Nope, nope, that's not what I wanted. And do it that way, I think. I didn't actually pay attention. How much did we actually get out of the harvest? Yeah. It's okay. Compared to the last city, this is not great. Compared to some of the cities we've had before, this is pretty good. Wages have increased throughout the kingdom. By how much? That really doesn't change it very much. You'd think it'd go up quite a bit more by doing that. I'm gonna do that. We've done it before, and it usually leads to pretty good results. Among them being the ability to increase taxes without anybody getting upset. Which, I mean, I guess we don't really need to do that. Let's just leave it at 10%. It's easy to calculate. Easier than 9%. We have money. We can plan this out without running into issues. Okay, so how do we do this? We need beautification along it the whole way on the outside. So, I think what we ended up with last time was pretty close to almost perfect in terms of the initial setup. Why? That's not what I want. More mortuaries? We could do more mortuaries. I get... Fine. 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 Just don't kill everybody. I get this has got to be partly because of this. Because this... Bast is the one who does that, right? Prevents that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure. But let me see. Am I reasoning this correctly? We've got space for a large statue. All of these things on the outside and then the road turns around. The main problem we ran into was the initial startup phase with things being unable to get access to housing. It doesn't actually need to be housing from within the temple district itself, does it? technically. Because that was something we ran into. The houses, no, not the houses, the stuff out here was not able to get employment because the housing was funky. Because we put single houses in each spot to make things much easier and quicker and safer. I think that is still the way to go. This is 3x3. This is not. That's okay. This can be at the end. Right? It's also something that isn't required for the housing until they get past level, size 3x3. Okay, you know what? We're getting pretty close to the end of the episode. I'm going to say that I'm going to leave it here a little bit early, and I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to load up the last city and take a look at how we did it. See if I can think of any problems that might arise. Any additional problems once we fix the problems that I'm aware of. And I think this sort of thing would fix that. I don't know why I keep pausing. And then I'm going to properly think this through. Because I think... unless I'm much mistaken, that should be that. And then the same on the opposite side. And that'll put the next housing district... You know what, let's just measure it out right now. Don't forget the festivals. Not sure why he seems so much happier than everybody else. Did I miscalculate the numbers on anybody? No. Okay. So yeah. Something like this, I think, is what we're gonna go with. But between episodes, I'm going to go and look, see if I can think of anything I've missed. And that'd be that for that housing district there. I think that's good. We'll figure out this way. I will figure that out between episodes, I think. And then we might start building it. No, we'll set up the next housing complex. Next episode. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, yeah. That seems like a good plan. We'll do that. Okie dokie, that might be a problem. Those ones at least we can fix relatively easily. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for watching. Take care. And farewell. And next episode... I should be able to come back with a proper plan for how to do this.